What's good, you absolute legends and exiles? In today's video, I want to make a guide and build for a warrior league starter for the upcoming league and patch 02 Dawn of the Hunt on Friday. Now, I did want to wait for the patch notes and whatnot, but they most likely will be released one day before the league start. And for me, that's just too late because I have a couple of videos and ideas in my mind. So, yeah. Set up for warrior, we are looking at the rolling slam into bone cheddar. Absolutely smooth combination. And for bosses early on, it's just simply mace strike. I know it's nothing too impactful in terms of combat early on, but you can only do so much, right? But rolling slam basically primes enemies for heavy stun, which you will follow up with bone cheddar. And rolling slam being a double hit ability, you can animation cancel the first hit into bone cheddar or mace strike, whatever you want, but bone cheddar is the best because rolling slam is amazing stun build up. You will see me use it here in a second. Now, there is one thing though, if you have too strong of a weapon, your rolling slam will straight up stun at the mobs. So later on in the campaign, I tried to imitate the league start, so I played this build on SSF, Soul Self-Found. And later on, I had absolutely crazy weapon from the vendor, and I also crafted it to be even stronger. So I had two weapons, this big-ass weapon for bosses for big damage with Perfect Strike, and then a weaker weapon for mob clearing. So I would prime enemies for stun with a Rolling Slam, not fully heavy stun them. So you will see me here, Rolling Slam, after freeze it into Bone Cheddar. It just missed, I missed. This will look much better with Herald of Ash later on. That's why you should pick the first Spirit Gem from Freythorn during the campaign as the aura. There, you could also go with Wind Dancer and stack Evasion during campaign. That's also good. That was mostly used for speedruns, so mobs would not hit you. But I'm a big fan of armor during campaign. That's probably the only place where armor is good. Now, if patch changes something, I will make a either updated video or I will have all the planner and whatnot on Path of Building here. I'll also have the dedicated or fully written guide in Mobalytics. So if you could do me a favor, hit that heart there, add to favorites. That would mean a lot to me. So if anything changes, I might make like a variant of the build or just updated build written guide on Mobalytics. But I don't think this will change as much in patch notes because in general, the community thinks that Warrior's weak, it's bad and all that, so if anything, could be some buffs for this class, but on the other hand, the devs did say that the game as we know is just gone, right? It will be a whole lot different now, so hard to say. Now, later on in higher levels, once you get better skill gems, higher level skill gems, you will unlock the Leap Slam, and early on, you should take Shield Charge on your weapon set 2 with a shield, or quicker way to get from pack to pack or faster traveling on the map. So Shield Charge and Leap Slam both are the way to move faster. I barely use Leap Slam. I honestly forgot about it on the skill bar, so I didn't use it as much. And for a single target, you will see later, Perfect Strike is the best one. You should be able to get Perfect Strike before last boss in Act 1, so you will have it for the boss. And you need to watch the animation of the skill because we want to take a support gem called Window of Opportunity, and that means that if you release the if you release a skill in perfect window, you will get extra damage increase by a lot. So you need to watch the animation of Perfect Strike because it glows, and when it glows, you should release the button. I had it on right click, I believe, so or left click, just release the button, and it did a lot of damage. Now, when it comes to Ascendancy, this is a league starter, so I recommend you can go for Smith of Kitava. I will definitely go for that one as my second build. I will start as Huntress Ritualist, but Smith of Kitava, I will probably make a separate video for Smith of Kitava because I got few ideas for the Ascendancy. And to be fair, seeing the Ascendancy, you can play any build, any weapon on that Ascendancy. It's very general because the maximum resistance is just absolutely insane. And the amount of tankiness you can get with max resistance is ridiculous. So yeah, I have a few ideas though. So I think this video would be like too many things in this video, or it will be too long. So I'll probably leave it for just another video and whatnot. More footage here. We got right here. This is in the forest in Act 3. This is early on, or first time when I entered here. It was pretty spooky because there is a lot of mobs in this area. And mainly these mobs that push you away, these chargers, oh my days, I hate them. So there's another change that was confirmed by the devs, and now these mobs should push you to the side and not across the whole map. So that's pretty good for us melee boys. Now in the skill tree, I have nothing but attack speed reduction, but to be fair, it didn't affect that much. It's not that bad. Martial tempo was actually added in my perfect strike, not mace strike, so it wasn't too bad, I think. Now for bosses later on, when you get Lesser Jeweler Orb from the first zone in Act 3, I did put it on Perfect Strike, and I just simply switch Fire Infusion from Mace Strike, which I normally use, onto my Perfect Strike. So the damage is much higher on the bosses, and you will see in a second. And this is still not with the great hammer that I got later, the Great Mace, the insane weapon. This is still with my older one, if you will, Cultist Hammer, which you get from Act 2, I believe, on the Wendor. But a regular checkups on Wendor help a lot with gear. You can find movement speed boots, you can find insane weapons, you can find good gear, resistance gear, I mean. So I can definitely recommend it. Probably the cleanest and easiest kill on the Silver Fist here, not gonna lie. And here on this fight, you will see me swap the big mace onto the big mace here in a second. Because I forgot to equip it before the fight. Totally forgot about it in my bag and whatnot. So yeah, the damage here is very low, because my weapon is used for trash mobs. See, it was like just a normal blue one. Cultist was +3, but you can see the damage here is chunking the boss, man. I will be able to kill it in one go, but I messed up with Bone Cheddar here and it actually flew in the air. But let me take you to the path of building here, because this is just one hit away. Actually, I mean, she's trying to play around and whatnot a little bit. But yeah, it's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, path of building. Let's talk about that. I will show you right now. So, first things, first points, you want to put them in just generic damage modes here. Damage nodes. Some good stuff. Damage, stun build up. Next up, I went with some more damage, because 40% damage against heavy stun enemies is a lot. So that's what I really like, especially early on. This damage really carries over. We put on the other screen. Next up, I went for skill speed. This is not only gonna make your sustain with mana better, but overall skill speed applies to your war cries, and it's both the cast speed and attack speed, so that's pretty good. Next up, I went straight up for some more damage with two-handers. This does produce attack speed, but it's not a big issue. Now from here, I went straight to Resolute Technique, because you will not need accuracy with this, and even evasive mobs are no problem. No problem, you will always hit them, right? From this here, I went for some more damage. You get two options. You can go for full damage here at the cost of attack speed reduction and lasting trauma. I recommend going for this once you get Perfect Strike, because the magnitude of ignite you will inflict with Perfect Strike will be good. And after that, you can also, or the second route, you can go for strength here, because this gives a lot of HP, a lot of life. And also went for a Blade Catcher, because there's some extra armor. Again, I like armor during campaign. I think it's a pretty good defensive node, or like a defensive layer. Defending with armor against crits, nothing too important, but it's a lot of strength. After this, I went for, again, two options. If you struggle with survivability and defenses, you can go for heavy armor for some more armor. Or you can go here for stun build-up AoE. You get some damage here, but you also have the increased armor whenever you hit a mob recently. Recently means in 4 seconds. So, quite good. And from here, you can go up top for resistances and max resistance. And then from this, it will be at level 61. You will go for generic damage nodes. These go absolutely hard. I used it on my Earth Shatter build and Earthquake. If you want to take a look in the right upper corner, go that builds for Warrior. And Warrior is not bad after playing those builds. So I went this, and I later went these. These are Druid passives. These might get changed when Druid comes out, because it's really weird that all of these give the same. Next up, I went for Battle Fever here for attack speed increase and physical damage increase. This physical damage is still good, because we use Mace Strike, we use Rolling Slam, Bone Cheddar, and for Perfect Strike, I went for Fulmination for magnitude of Ignite even more. Or you can go for Sigil of Fire here. That's also pretty good. Immolation here is pretty good too. More magnitude and more strength. Maybe, could be, maybe better than here. Or you could go, so even early on, you could go for Burning Strikes for extra fire damage, which is essentially Infernal Cry. That's what we use. On the skills, so Mace Strike early on, you can probably take Brutality early on from the first quest when you finish it with the support gem, or Concentrated Effect, up to you. Close Combat, another one. I did put 2 sockets in every skill because this will, New League is like SSF, which you will not have these orbs. I mean, yeah, jeweler orbs to add a socket into the skill. So Mace Strike unlocks with levels. Third socket for you unlocks at level 35, and then I believe it's 60, if I'm not mistaken, 65. Perfect Strike is the single target damage, so Martial Tempo and Window of Opportunity are the best thing to go for. When you get 2 sockets, if you get 3, you can get Fire Infusion. Rolling Slam, Bone Shatter, this is your AoE clear. You start with the Rolling Slam into Animation Cancel, Bone Shatter. So Rolling Slam, you want to get Unbreakable. You have more multiplicative stun threshold, which means so you're less likely to get interrupted or stunned when you do Rolling Slam, which we need because that ability is slow. Overpower for more stun buildup. If your weapon is too high, too strong, so it insta-stuns mobs, you can take this away. Or leave it for later when you when mobs outscale your damage with weapon. Bone Shatter for AoE, we like to get Magnified Effect. You could probably go for this as the first gem as well, instead of Brutality. Kind of depends. It's gonna help a lot with clear. And Impact Shockwave, amazing. Get this one early on as well. This one is really crazy on Bone Shatter. Infernal Cry to buff your Perfect Strike. I always do that when I heavy stun bosses. Premeditation for multiplicative damage when you use Warcry. For your mobility is Shield Charge on the Weapon Swap 2. You want to add Ingenuity later on when you get tier 2 support gems for better cooldown. And Leap Slam to move around as well. You can take this support gem, tier 2 again, for more regen. Gives you life regen. You can also have this on weapon set 2, because a Leap Slam does have total attack time, and obviously it's slower with 2 enders, so if you can use it on weapon set 2 for faster leaping. And Herald of Ash is your aura. When you get to Act 3, the Witch, where you get more spirit, you can use it for the support gems Cannibalism and Herbalism. This will get your such high HP sustain, it's crazy, especially Cannibalism. Going through maps, clearing AoE, and just mobs in general, it's really crazy good. So I would recommend this one as well. When it comes to items, I just put here what I have on my character right now in game. But I have the full notes on Mobalytics. I did put everything in here. When it comes to gearing, what stats to look for and whatnot. Here about the support gem with spirit and the tree here, which can be altered whatever you need for your build, your items, if more defense or more damage. And here's also rotation. Actually, we can talk about rotation. So first, Rolling Slam, your opener to trigger Prime for stun, which is a white glowing ball on the mobs. And then you proc it with Bone Shatter for AoE explosion, or less AoE clear. Mace Strike to finish bosses off or rares. Perfect Strike, main single target damage here. You want to use it on rares on rares or bosses. Infernal Cry, always use it before Perfect Strike, but obviously you can use it during clear as well on Rolling Slam, Bone Shatter, whatever you want. And Shield Charge, Shield or Leap Slam for mobility. Infernal Cry takes some animation cast time, wasting time basically, if you will. I don't think you need it during map clears or like campaign clears. So that's the build on Mobalytics. Back to POB for some items. So on the weapon here, you want physical damage, both flat and percentage, and then attack speed. I did not get that one. Those are the generic notes you want to go for. Mods on the headpiece, and basically all the armor, you want life, resistances, and then armor. These 3 pretty much I would go for. Life regen is pretty good too, but it doesn't scale as high this early on, I would say, until you get a body armor with implicit life regen. Amulet on rings, you want to get flat damage, very important. If you can get it, it adds damage a lot. And of course, the classic life resistances. Amulet, same story. I have a super bad amulet. Potion, what I really like is charges per second is pretty good on the life flask, and then it won't like recover applied instantly is not bad either. I don't know why this shows 20% quality, because I don't think I have 20% quality, but yeah. And on the mana here, you can also get amount of recovered on the life potion. Mana, same story. Increased charges, good stuff as well. This will be it. Oh, I need to add jewel stats on the planner. But for jewels, you are looking for... You can go for Rage on hit. If you get it on rubies, you can get armor increase. You can get melee damage. You can get mace stun build-up even. But I don't think stun build-up is needed with the Rolling Slam and whatnot. Ascendancy, again, I will cover that in separate video, as this is a league starter. This is like the, the beginning of the league with character and whatnot. And yeah, I would say that's pretty much it for the league starter. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments or on Discord. I also stream every day on Twitch and YouTube. Both links will be in the description. So any questions, hit me up. And I would like to thank you all for watching. Much appreciated. You guys take it easy. Until next time, have a good one. Peace.